I object.
Thank you for starting the third hour with that delightful note. I literally just clicked on the record button, and you say I object.
Yay!
Anyway, guys, we are in fact back with with a bit of a pickle for Liam and a bit of a situation for the others. We're looking for a spider in Dublin Zoo. And well, you, as I said, you come across an area that is covered in these large spider webs, and
Well, let's try to repeat the success.
yes,
Hello, spider.
this time instead of having one humongous female coming out of the woodwork, so to say, you have a lot of tiny ones suddenly rushing at you from everywhere.
How tiny are we talking?
Normal size spiders.
Oh, sure. I don't think Marty knows how this works. So,
Lots and lots of small spiders, all rushing at you at once and scampering up your legs and so on.
hello, spiders. Do they answer?
Uh, they they all stop when you address them, and they all stop all at the same time, and
Oh,
then they scamper back down on the floor in a big pile.
Oh, not food. Damn it.
um, we have offer.
Mm, they form the all the spiders form a question mark.
Of course they do.
Oh.
We know, um, big, beautiful spider lady, and she lonely and wants to mate.
They all make they all change from a question mark to a heart and a question mark.
Yes,
Then they change to a then they change to a plate and a knife and a fork.
you want food?
Um, that seems to cause some confusion.
Uh, Muddy looks to Fenna.
When I stumble.
Fenna is also nonplussed.
You come with. We show you big, beautiful, lonely spider lady. Yes?
They don't seem entirely happy about the prospect.
It's sad that he doesn't know that spider ladies usually eat their mates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was about to. Maybe they're worried about being eaten.
Oh, you afraid to be food?
They all run around in a, well, quite excited way, so it seems you've understood their point.
Do you not want spider babies? To make many spiders?
They don't seem to understand. That's quite a complex question.
You are brave spiders, and lady is lonely. You can do it.
Yay, you can do it.
He tries to be encouraging.
He tries to be a cheerleader.
Oh god.
This is funny. The spider seems to take a moment to consider their options because, well, the whole prospect of getting numbed upon is probably not really their idea of a happy Sunday afternoon. Um, but
When they see the size of her.
Finally, out of the mass of spiders comes a single one.
Aww.
A single tiny spider.
Yes, single tiny spider that marches right up to you, crawls up your leg, and settles in your hair.
I assume Marty.
Well, yes. Well, or in his head fur.
Yes. Okay. You are happy. And he looks. He's clearly thinking of the word. Groom.
The spider at least seems okay. It starts spinning a web in Marty's ear.
And Marty turns to Fenna. and says, maybe you give him a gift for his trouble.
Sorry, you cut out. What was the last? For his.
Trouble.
Oh.
Yes? Do you want? I tell him if you want.
I don't know what it give him. How big is the spider?
Normal sized.
No. You give him noses.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, I tell him.
Yep.
Maddie kind of looks upwards toward the spider, becoming a little cross-eyed in the process, I would assume.
The spider has spun a web in one of your ears and is now trying to connect your two ears together with another spider web.
Aww.
Mr. Spider, my friend say she will give you noses when we get there.
Okay. It seems perfectly happy with that. Continues
Good.
to spin web all over your head.
Let us get cow. Maddie's session starts going.
Yes. Right around this time, you hear this sound
Oh no.
from outside along the lines of
Oh no, cow is angry.
and we go back outside to where Liam is suddenly the object of the absolute hatred of a bull, who seems absolutely convinced that he is about to run off with this bull's favorite cow.
I'm starting to wonder why we always leave Liam in these precarious situations.
Sure, Liam does too.
So at this point, I think Liam is in Krynos,
Yes.
and he holds out a hand toward this creature. Hey, wait up a minute, he says in his Krynos voice.
Yes.
So if you could point me toward your least favorite cow, and we can take that one.
And it charges.
Oh God!
It doesn't understand you. You don't have spirit speak.
Exactly.
No.
So the bull charges. Now I'm not going to ask you to do 100 rolls here, but let us get a what's it called, a soak, and let's get a single attack roll just to give me an idea. So that would be.
I kind of want all once just to see Liam get mauled by a cow, and then when we come back, it can go on his bragging list with, "I just got mauled by a cow."
Okay,
when we stole his wife.
Soak, that's just stamina, right?
That's just stamina, yes, including of course what you get for being in Krynos.
Sure, good thing you mentioned that. So that's okay. So that's 60, 10. That's the soak roll.
That's fine. Okay.
And the attack is I'm going to go for claws. So
I kind of like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, true.
5 plus 4, that's 92. That's the.
You can do it. Yay!
That's the
Maul a cow.
Okay. Yes. What happens is that the bull, as I said, decides that you are no longer its friend, as if you ever were, and lowers its great big horned head and charges you full on. And Liam does the only thing he really can do in that situation, because he doesn't have that many places to run away to. He's in a fairly narrow place. So you grab hold of the horns as it comes at you and puts your feet back and basically tries, the whole Superman stopping the runaway train thing with the spirit of a raging bull. And you get them pushed backwards and squished up against the wall a little bit. You do unfortunately get gored by the horns in your side, and you take let me just see, but you do take a bit of damage here.
Sure.
And let's see. Yes, you take 2 points of, but it's aggravated because of the horn. But the result of that, or the consequence of that, obviously, is that okay, now we're not playing anymore.
Nope.
And Liam's reaction to that is basically, well, he is in Krynos. How much is it he's got in strength in Krynos combined?
Let's see. Strength, you say. Strength. And he's in Krynos 7.
7, yeah.
Yep.
So.
Ow.
Yeah. So he holds on to the bull and by the horns, which actually make for pretty good handle. Let's face it.
Yeah.
And the bull is snorting and trying to still push him, but then after a while, and pushing back and forth and trying to gain superiority there, Liam manages to literally snap the bull's neck.
Yay.
Yikes.
Which is impressive considering how thick it is.
Yep.
So you twist the head of this thing very, very violently, very, very sharply, and you hear this snap. And the bull just goes from clask, splat on the ground.
Cool.
Goes silent immediately, and just the legs vanish under it. So the rest of you come out in time to see Liam standing there, bleeding from his side over the form of a very large black bull spirit lying on the ground with little crosses for eyes.
Oh. He
On the
wanted to come
outside,
too?
all the cows are now his.
Marty, next time, please do not choose the local bull's favorite cow.
Okay, next time I choose bull.
No, you. next time you choose the bull's least favorite cow.
I think they all favorite.
I beg to differ.
You can eat him.
I don't want to eat him.
Well, actually, as you say that, the bull dissolves.
Oh.
He kind of goes, because obviously he's a spirit, which
Yeah.
means that since he has just been vanquished, he vanishes, and if Liam is short on gnosis, he's now refilled.
Ooh.
On the other hand, a moment later, you can all see over in the back there, you can see a new bull, slightly different color, materializing out of nothing.
I suggest we get moving.
Okay,
Moving.
cow, you come. Okay?
No.
No.
And then
Well,
we take
that was
our
very
tiny
ooh la
Sue
la.
back.
Yes. The cow follows, quite happily, and you have a spider in your hair. This is very silly. You're heading
Just
back.
a little bit.
You're heading back towards the shopping mall, and you get there in one piece, carrying Spider and leading Cow. The cow is well, you get it inside. What do you do then? Now that you're standing close to the shop with the very big spider.
Well, he looks to the cow and says, okay, I give you gnosis, you go in there, okay?
Okay, moo.
And I don't know what it looks like when I give it my gnosis, but I assume it looks pretty.
It gets all sparkly. The cow is
Marty
actually-
sparkles at the cow. Then.
yes. Well, the cow doesn't actually.
Congratulations.
The cow actually doesn't get sparkly, but it clearly invigorates it. It invigorates the cow. It
I'll
looks
Happening enough for
subtract the
getting-
gnosis
it looks
point.
stronger and more
You want?
confident.
Sorry, just look at this picture and please tell me the cow sparkles.
What?
What?
What big... Oh, yeah.
Let's take a look.
It must.
I like that.
No, I object.
That
No.
that is actually
It's
legitimately
Marty
funny
who
though.
sparkles.
It's not that, but it is funny.
It is punny.
It's much funny. Sparkly
Well,
cow.
so Sparkles the cow
Sparkles
go-
the cow.
goes into the
Yes.
boutique, I assume.
Sparkles the cow is still just a cow and consequently not the smartest thing ever. So it wanders into the shop and walks through a lot of the spider webs along the way, and before you know it, Sparkles is on the floor, covered in spider webs and unable to move, and you just see a couple of legs in there, in the midst the webbing, and you hear, because Sparkles isn't moving, so you hear the voice of the spider going, "Well, that's food. What about a mate?"
And Marty looks up to the spider that has probably wrapped his head in a cocoon by now.
Well, your ears are going to take some time on unwrapping at least.
And then he says to it, "Okay, she has food, so maybe she no eat you. She give you noses and you go in there, okay?"
Okay. The spider hops down on the floor and scurries over towards Fenna.
And Marty turns to Fenna and says, "Okay, you pay him."
Finna boops it on its head and gives it some noses.
Okay, it grows.
Oh,
It doesn't get quite
Happy.
it doesn't get quite big enough
quite big enough for what?
to fit with her in there, but it does grow.
Oh! Do it again.
Boop again.
Yes, you give it a second point of gnosis, it grows a bit more, and then, well, it turns around and runs into the webbed room, and you hear the voice of the spider from in there going, "You've actually lived up to your end of the bargain. I suppose I shall have to do the same. Here, eat these," she says, and you see two little round balls coming towards you. They're white, milky white, and what's it called? About the size of a tennis ball.
Oh, perfect.
Are they spider eggs?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh.
Marty numbs it.
So,
It doesn't really
proper,
taste of anything.
well, proper chutney is made from ant eggs, so I suppose it will do.
Yep, Marty noms it. It doesn't really taste of anything. It's basically, it's a spiritual thing. So
Finna kind of just looks at it and goes, well, thinks I'd rather lick another toad.
No, you eat.
She does.
yes, she does. And again, it doesn't really carry any taste with it or anything. So you eat it, and you both get the gifts you wanted.
Cool. And just to finish up, Marty looks to the spider and says, "Thank you. We are busy often, but if you want, I come back speak sometime to be
Yes,
friend,
yes, you do that. That would be nice.
but no eat me."
No eating you. You bring me a cow.
Okay. And then he turns to walk away.
Yeah. Good.
I made a friend.
You made a friend.
A creepy friend.
But a friend nonetheless. Okay, let's go over to the other people in the
Well,
Umbra.
if we can befriend a fucking vampire, why can't you befriend a creepy spider?
True.
Yes.
That is a very good point. So we move over to Taryn.
Mm-hmm.
Where is she going?
She needs to find something of metal,
That's not a problem.
and it needs to have the spirit of metal.
Then you need to go and find the Millennium Spire. I shall find yet another picture because this
The Millennium
thing-
Falcon.
Shut up.
well, it's also known as the Needle, and when you see it, you will understand why, I'm sure. And that's
I like the sparkly cow, though.
Here you go. That is
The sparkling cow is lovely, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
the sparkling cow was fun.
We should name our group after it.
Here you go.
No, thank you.
There is a
We
picture for
shouldn't.
you. If you take a look at that, the big building on the left is the general post office. The first
So this
road,
is the other end of it.
this is the first road by the White House, between the general post office and that White House on the building. If you go down there, that's actually down Henry Street. If you look
Yeah.
to the tall building on the opposite side of the road, that's where Nadia suggested that she will post herself, because basically if she's up on top of that, she can cover the entirety of Henry Street. It's a long straight street. It doesn't have any turns. So that's where she will be. But that thing in the middle is called the Millennium Spire, or, as I said, the Needle.
Alright. Then Taryn starts trekking that way.
Yes.
Of course, if she meets the Blood Wolf, then he's easier to ask, but
True.
at least you know where this one is.
Yes. And I shall just move you over to a... come on. If this thing would please cooperate for a moment. It's not being terribly cooperative. Here we go. And... I'm just looking at the... to find the relevant map here.
Looking at the picture of the needle,
Yes.
I'm thinking we should have found a way to get the Dublin Nexus crawler impaled on that thing.
That would have been funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Very
Well,
punny.
Very punny indeed.
Not very punny, no.
Well.
Well. I don't actually have a map where it is easy to show where that is, so I will move you over to the one of Dublin North and give you an approximate location. So St. Stephen's Green is all the way down here. If you can see where I'm pinging.
Yeah.
No.
No. Tracey's pinging.
There you go.
Yeah.
Down there, right?
Yes.
And if you go up northwards from there, if you zoom in, that's probably a good idea anyway. So if you zoom in and you head up past where it says Trinity College, and then you have Halfpenny Bridge. So you're in this area basically here.
Yeah.
This is the this is a temple bar basically. So if you go right where I'm pinging here, right over the I in Trinity College. Yes, exactly. That is O'Connell Bridge. And roughly halfway between the bottom of the B in Dublin and the dot in the I in Trinity is where the Millennium Spire is standing.
Alright.
So that should give you an idea.
So we're not going that far.
No, it's not that far away.
Depending on what the metal beast wants, of course.
You go there, and you find the spire easily enough. It's, as I said, it's an absolutely massive thing. However, what happens is you get there and you see a man in front of the spire.
I see a man in front of the spire.
Yes, he's got his back turned, and the pose, his posture, is such that, well, you're in no doubt that he is in fact relieving himself on the spire.
Well, who is he?
Well, you can't see his face, but he is clearly taking a leak on it.
She continues walking.
Right. You get closer and you hear a voice coming from him. You're probably maybe 15 meters, 20 meters at most away, and he says, "Oh, look. It's a puppy. Have you come to play, puppy?"
Who are you?
He turns around and he's got this really strange face. It's like he's weeping, but there's blood running from his eyes. He's got no irises, he's got milky white eyes. And there's a look of absolute madness on his face.
Have we seen or heard about this guy before?
That's the one.
Uh-oh. Hey, Christopher! We're in trouble. Did you run off? Tally, did you leave me?
I think he may have had too much.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I thought I'd switched the microphone on, but clearly I hadn't. Yeah. Taryn,
Yeah?
run.
Why?
Just run.
He begins advancing towards you guys. He doesn't even bother sticking it back in his pants. He just begins.
Well, who is he?
I'll explain on the way. Just go!
What? Ugh, fine, but he's in the way. Darren turns around and follows Tally. Why are we... Okay, I can...
It feels like you're running in soap.
Ugh.
Whatever it is, you can hear him behind you still. Oh, there are 2 puppies. Fun.
Darren looks down. Why does it look weird?
You basically the asphalt under your feet, the tarmac is almost liquid.
What
Every
the
time
fuck
you
is going on?
Don't run away. I haven't had anything to play with in years.
Is it getting harder to move?
Yes.
God.
Well, it's not getting harder to move so much as it's getting very difficult to remain standing. It's literally like you're slipping around in soap suds.
Great.
Is it
Bambi
wise
on
to...
ice?
Okay.
Puppies on ice! Woohoo!
Look,
A part of
Bambi.
Taliesin wants to turn around and face Ponsonby. What does my common sense tell me about that?
That would probably be an extraordinarily bad career move.
Okay, we keep going
Yes.
as best we can across the slippery, slidey ground.
Yes.
Well, it's easier to keep your balance if you're on 4 legs than running.
Yes.
That's a good point, actually. Yes, we'll do that then. We'll
you-
spread out surface area a bit.
Exactly, that helps, and that does make it possible for you guys to keep running. You make it as far as O'Connell Bridge, which means that you are only maybe 300 or 400 meters from the area that you cleansed on the Liffey.
Oh God,
I don't want him there.
no.
I think you do want to go there, though.
Yeah.
Alright, I keep running.
You
I
keep
don't
running.
have common sense.
No, you keep running.
Okay. Am I allowed to ask what my common sense would say about diving into the purified part of the Liffey?
You can do that if you want to. I'd say that's not something your common sense would have anything to say
Okay,
about.
fair enough. Fair enough.
My issue would be, if we bring him there, could he completely destroy her?
Like,
Oh,
But I don't
you
have
could
common
just.
sense in that sense.
Well, Tally has common sense, so I'm going to suggest maybe to his common sense, unless John says that his common sense does not suggest this. That you could try and turn enough corners that he can't keep track of you. Even if he should have an extraordinary sense of smell, you don't have any scent.
Mhm.
true. I think we have that. Yeah, we have scent of running water.
Yes, you do.
Should still be active.
Yes.
Should still be active.
It's always active unless you turn it off.
Okay, so we just need to get out of sight.
Saren keeps
Maybe we-
running. Then in broken Garou speak, why are we advancing in another direction though?
Seriously, Ponsonby is very bad news.
Mm.
You can hear him behind you going, but don't run away. They won't hurt you much. They'll just
Not in-
make you disappear. Always disappear, never having been here.
Uh-oh. How long does he keep that up?
A lot too long.
So we're basically running around in circles trying to avoid him.
Yes.
Wow.
Eventually, you do get rid of him. It takes a while, but you do get rid of him by running around. You are completely.
I'm actually getting one in rage every time.
You are getting.
Soon you shall frenzy.
It is.
One more
is,
and she will frenzy.
You do lose him after a
okay.
while, and but the point is, you are totally exhausted by the end of it. You have been running in this soap sud sort of feeling ever since he saw you. You are beyond tired. It's, tongue lolling out of your heads, just flopping over on the ground sort of thing.
Right. So, how far away are we from the Liffey now?
You have, by the time you finally manage to get rid of him, let me see. You've actually made it to the church.
Oh God.
Taryn flubs.
You are very. It should be said, the church is literally only maybe 50 meters away from Wolftone Square, which is where you had your early experience with ghosts.
Oh God, we're near Wolfton as well. I need to say this line again. I know this line keeps coming up, but I've got to keep using it because every time this happens, once again, Tally looks around and Phil says, "Why do I feel like we've been led here like lambs to a kebab shop?"
Taryn sloppily gets up and gives you a hit over the head. Stop it.
Ow!
You are.
She is seething with rage.
Yes.
She did get 3 out of the 4 needed to
Whoa.
go complete.
Yeah, okay. So she is really, really pissed off.
One more thing, and she might actually go off like a fucking bullet and kill something.
Well, you are rid of him, and you are in very near. As I said, you are very near the church. You are literally on the edge of Wolftone Square.
Do we see anyone who might look vaguely ghosty?
Well, you're in the Umbra.
No, so, yes, obviously.
But you do have. It's just. Wolftone Square is just the saddest place in Dublin in the Umbra. It is just. It clings to the place. This feeling of despair and sadness.
I have a sneaking suspicion that getting out of the Umbra here is going to be somewhat difficult.
Help. Taryn has started gnawing on something.
Yeah. Okay.
Gnawing on what, though?
Bench, whatever it's close. While growling annoyed.
Good thinking, Taryn. We need to get out of the Umbra. Are we good with
She
the
starts
others?
yanking at it like an angry dog trying to rip something off.
I'm torn between telling her to stop, which might make her more angry, and just letting her get on with it.
She doesn't know how to do this. She hasn't been this angry before.
Taryn? Focus on something else. Seriously, swear like a sailor. That's what I fucking do. Oi, oi.
So she's
Okay, look at me.
basically she's using she's using this bench as a chew toy.
Mm-hmm.
She is growling and yipping and trying to murder the bench.
Okay.
And she's doing it in lupus, so it'll take her time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, whatever fucking suits you. Tally, for his part, reaches into his jacket and can't find a joint. He's run out.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. Just to ruin my... Just talk about a shitty end to a shitty day.
Growl, growl, rip.
Combined with what you've just gone through, I'll let you have a rage point back for that if you need any.
I don't need one back, but I'm prepared to... actually, let me check. I'll check if I need one back. Have I spent any rage recently? I doubt it.
No, you might not have.
No, Taryn's spending 1 rage on killing the bench.
No, I don't. But thank you. That's very thoughtful of you. I'm sure Talia will get more chances to gain rage and expend it as the night draws on.
Well, the reason why I'm saying it the way I do is I know you guys, generally speaking, you spend willpower and rage and gnosis and so on without me always knowing. I don't even always know that you do. I mean, there's quite a lot of situations where you've said, "Oh, but I've been spending willpower as an ongoing thing to not blow up at this," or something
Yeah,
like that.
of course.
And that so when I say something like this, it's simply that I don't know if you would have role played that you've spent a point at some point. So better to ask.
The sound of something crashing comes from the bench, and Taryn has probably ripped off one of the pieces of wood you sit on,
Yes.
sitting on her hind, because she didn't really think she could do that. So she's a little cross-eyed. Ow.
For his part, being out of a joint and realizing he's getting angry, Taliesin closes his eyes, repeatedly says the word "fuck" under his breath, and grips the pistol grip of his sawed-off shotgun as a sort of control means instead.
Yeah. Well,
After a while, Taryn sits down, satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
The
Feel
bench
better
is now dead.
Get that out of your system.
She
Seriously,
doesn't look happy, but at least she's not seething with rage anymore.
Seriously, that fucker is really bad news. There's no way we could have taken him on. Right, we need to get back out of the Umbra. Sorry, Taryn, but time's crawled on thanks to that little stunt. I'm not sure we've got time to go back and get the gift anymore.
She gets up, goes home, then I'll just find the fucking blood wolf. Come on.
Yeah, I suppose we're both feeling angry enough. Besides, I still owe him.
Well, if he won't give me the fucking gift, I'll rip it out of him. Come on.
Tali stares into the distance.
That is an interesting threat coming from someone who has so little connection to her rage.
Well, I'm piss angry now.
Says the blood wolf and steps out into full view.
She looks up at him defiantly. Well, I'm piss angry now.
That's good. That's a start. Anger isn't your enemy. It's a tool.
She's never actually been of the belief that anger was her enemy. She's just never gotten that angry.
It is simply a tool. So, why are you here?
I wanna have steel fur like you.
This is a useful thing, obviously.
Well, I realize I'm not the strongest, but at least I know how to take some punch.
But why should I teach you?
I'm tired of being the fucking prey.
You're a wolf. You should never be the prey.
Exactly.
So why have you been? Don't get me wrong, I think it's admirable that you want to change it. I just want to know why you have been the prey.
Because I thought I couldn't be anything else. And I've come to realize that I've gotten so tired of it that I just want to rip people to pieces when they try to make me the prey. Like Ponsonby.
I like that, he says and looks at Tally. She's been your pack Omega so far, hasn't she?
Yeah, but, well, everyone has their moment to shine, don't they?
I'd say so. She certainly sounds like she's learning.
I have a few things I need to teach her myself, but they don't relate to this, unfortunately. But we'll see.
Certainly. So, you want to learn how to have steel fur. Well, suffice to say that's gonna hurt a lot.
I can take it.
like your attitude, but don't get cocky.
Hopefully it won't hurt more than, the silver river we bathed in.
She is kind of thinking that it can't possibly hurt that much because it's not silver.
So, he says, after a while, he says, I want to know what has brought this on before I teach you anything.
What?
I want
You cut out.
I want to know what has brought this on before I teach you anything. I want to know why you have changed like this.
Taryn looks thoughtful. She's never been good with words. If anything, the realization that shit keeps running down over us, and I have to go strong to do anything good.
That is a good reason. But there must have been something that led you to that realization. What specifically has happened to make you change in such a way?
I have someone I want to go home to every night. I won't do that if I'm dead.
All right, the young red-headed woman. I've seen her. She's remarkable. That is a good reason. Love, I suppose, is as good a reason as any. It's not exactly my emotion, but love can lead to plenty of rage. That happens to the best of us, I suppose. Good, very well. What will you give me for this gift?
What do you want?
No, that's not how it works. What will you give me? Make me an offer.
If anything she's learned throughout her history here in Dublin, what is it that he wants normally? He wants war, of course.
He likes a good fight, certainly, but he's perfectly capable of providing that for himself.
She looks at him. What about the blood of my enemies?
That's a pretty good offer. But I'm actually quite tempted. I was a little surprised to hear that coming from you, of all people. But
There's kind of a lot of them now.
yeah, there are. And you don't even know all of them yet. Let's put it this way. He says, I will teach you a few tricks, including that one. And I will give you some information about what happened in Dublin, about 1,000 years ago. I think you might be interested in it. And in return for that, you will, he says, and then he actually looks at Tally for a moment, you will give me the first part of any kill. And he keeps looking at Tally, and the reason why he does so is obviously because, as Tally knows, according to the litany, he, as the Alpha, is due the first part of any kill that anyone in his pack takes down.
No, isn't it the last?
Definitely the first.
Definitely the first, yeah.
Well, out of character, I have no idea what that actually means, but I'm sure Taryn does.
It basically means that the honor for killing, the honor of killing this creature will go to him. Well, at least part of the honor will go to him, which means you will get less honor renown for kills.
Hmm.
Because you have to basically, every time, it's got to be taken into account that you do this because he taught you.
So this is a permanent arrangement every single kill from now on?
For her. Not for the rest of you, for her.
Okay.
It would probably be a bigger problem, let's face it, if she was a rune.
What I need the most of is actually honor and wisdom.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Glory, not so much. And kills usually gives you glory.
Yes, exactly.
So why is the Blood Wolf looking at me then?
Because he wants to see your reaction, because he is basically telling her to take something away from you as the alpha.
Well, basically away from herself.
Yes, but again, according to the litany, the greater part of any kill, that means the first part of any kill, goes to the highest in station. That's the alpha.
Well, Taran would know that, so she instructs well. I'm not actually at liberty to give you that. My alpha has to say it's okay.
She's loyal, Tally. She's very loyal. So what say you? Will you give her permission to let me have the glory, or at least part of it, in return for this?
I will reward Taran's loyalty and friendship with pragmatism. I say yes.
Excellent. That is good. I am very pleased to see that you are, as you say, pragmatic. I am not, I think, entirely unreasonable.
No. Besides, I still owe you the greater part of a kill for the gift you gave me.
Indeed you do.
We hunt a would-be angel.
No, you don't. You hunt a black spiral dancer. In fact, you hunt two.
Ah, I see.
That's what they are.
Is their appearance naught but an illusion, then?
No, he does have wings.
Then they will be what I bring to you.
Excellent. Let me have the honor of those kills, and I will even void the honor that she is due to me. If you give me both,
I will
consider that payment in full for both your gift and hers.
My thanks. I will say that I don't normally enjoy the prospect of killing gleefully, but on this occasion, for this foe...
I think you might make an exception, am I right?
Taran growls.
I will take great satisfaction in tearing those great pinions off his back. I swear it.
That's good. Let's have some fury from you, boy. There's little enough of it on a daily basis, but that, I suppose, comes with your tribe.
Yeah, well, besides, he opens up the flap of his jacket, which may refill the shotgun, but also the lack of smokables, and just says,
the severe lack of joints.
Yes. Besides, I'm all out of joints.
Ooh,
Tara looks slightly surprised and then looks over. Is that why you're so irritable right now?
I suppose for someone with your deed name, that must be painful, he says and chuckles. So,
well,
anyway, I did promise you some information, did I not?
I believe so.
See, 1,000 years ago in this city, to tell you a little, I won't call it a fairy tale, because if this is anything, it's a horror story. But 1,000 years ago, when this place wasn't Dublin yet, but Dovleen, or Ballyaclea, depending on which of the population groups you asked. And the Vikings were settled over there on that side of the river, and the local Irishmen were over here. 3 people arrived. 2 men and a woman arrived from very far away. They arrived with the Vikings. They were slaves, or at least they were until they met each other. And when they met each other, something that even I do not fully understand was released in all three of them. And they grew in power to something truly horrifying. And people began to disappear. It wasn't stopped until, for a very brief time, the Fina and the Get, who hated each other at the time with the kind of passion you cannot possibly imagine when you see the two tribes today, for a few days and a few nights put aside their enmity and hunted these things out of the area. But people had vanished and had never been because of them. They are an ancient kind of evil, which is occasionally brought back to life by circumstance or by another great evil. They are known as, I believe, and I am no expert on this particular kind of creature, but I believe they are known as Nefendi. They are a kind of spell user, wizard, if you would. They serve, well, in part they serve the worm. Some of them do, these do. What they mostly serve is the very notion of, what is that word? When you worship or want for the complete obliteration of everything. Nihilism. They're nihilists. Mostly, or most of them, enjoy watching people suffer. I think you are dealing with the same three creatures, 1,000 years old.
Is this going to be a chance to fend them for good?
Find them and kill them. Everything dies in the end. You
Yes.
should know that.
Yeah. Everything they've done, all the destruction, the loss they have incurred. It's time they felt they were dealt the same hand.
Oh, absolutely. It's been overdue for a very long time. But now you know. Now at least you know what you are facing. There are people in this city who know more of the Nefandi than I do. But at least now you know the name of your enemies. Now give me the 2 black spiral dancers, and we shall be even, he says, and turns to face Taran. What form is she in?
Right now, she's back in Hispo, murdering the rest of the bench.
Yes.
Huh.
He actually chuckles or grins, if you would. And
It's quite obvious that she's never been this angry, and she is trying to work it out in some way.
what he does is he snarls, and he just keeps going, and it's at a very in her direction, and it's at first it's just this incredibly powerful and terrifying sound, and then Tally first seems to realize, because Taryn is busy murdering a bench, but Tally realizes that something strange is happening, in that the ground feels like it's shaking just ever so slightly under his feet, and you can see how the windows in the buildings nearby are vibrating. And then the force of this thing hits Taryn and knocks her flat. Just
Obviously.
totally knocks you flat on the ground. And it shakes you literally from one end to the other. And you have to imagine... Okay, imagine a pair of tweezers and pulling out a hair from, I don't know, your eyebrow, or the hair in a wart or something like that.
Ugh.
Every single one of your hairs on your entire body at the same time.
Ow.
Everyone, ow.
Yeah. It's enough that she passes out. And as she lies there, unconscious, her fur is literally replaced as fast as it falls out with metal fur instead. And Tally sees this. He can see it happening. And as soon as as she's covered in metal fur, it all returns to... It looks normal again. It returns to its normal appearance. But just for maybe a second or two, she was literally covered in metal fur from head to foot.
Yeah, spiritual stew.
Mm-hmm. And you're surrounded by your shed fur that has been pulled out. And the blood wolf grins wolfishly, not surprisingly, and turns around and looks at Tally with this. I think I'm done here for now. Come back here. I will wait here for my payment.
We strike tonight.
Good.
When it's done and dead, I will bring you your due.
Excellent.
And if I should fall,
I will know if you do.
Yes. Their lives or mine. I swear it.
Yours. That's how it goes in war, isn't it?
Yes.
You may be a child of Gaia, Peleus and Blevins, but you do, just from time to time, occasionally, display the qualities of an actual warrior. It's refreshing when it happens. I should like to see it more often. The Liffey is not the only spirit in Dublin who's got a very vivid interest in your pack. Now, I suggest you get going.
Is she woken up yet, or is he going to have to carry her?
He's going to have to carry her.
Good thing she's a little thing.
Yes.
He picks her up,
Of
takes her
course,
away.
I could have rolled the willpower, and then he'd have to carry off a hisbo.
Yep. Talia picks him up and
Her, but yeah.
Picks her up. I keep getting genders mixed up these days. It's because I don't know if it's the cold or something. And yes, and looks back to looks back to the Werewolf one last time with a somewhat predatory grin on his face. Yes, Sally's really tapping into the monster within tonight.
Yeah.
And it says, "I shan't keep you waiting long."
Good. See that you don't.
Please don't have a rapey face while I'm carrying her.
Darren, there are in fact no brakes on the rape train.
Good.
That's not good. No, that's not. I
It
don't actually
isn't.
say that.
Fuck.
No, I don't say that. By the way, that's just me being tasteless.
No.
And yeah, Taliesin walks off, ostensibly to try and find someone to get back into the real world, so we can start coordinating properly.
Yes. Good. Definitely.
Perfect.
And as you do that, I think that's a good place to stop for the night.
Yeah.
Then I can cross that one off. She now has that.
Yep, she does indeed.
I kinda like it. It's stamina plus science.
Yep.
And then you add 1 die to the Guru's soak pool for the rest of the scene.
Yes. Which is quite nice.
Each success, so yeah.
Yes, for each success. So you can potentially become nigh on invulnerable with that.
She already has a science of 3.
Yep. It's
and a stamina of 4.
It's an incredibly, at least potentially incredibly powerful gift.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in the hands of someone like a glasswalker who usually has a fairly good science stat.
Wow! With the ones!
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, you get...
Well, it is a glasswalker gift for that reason.
I'll give you 2 XP for tonight.
Note. That puts it at 103 as far as I'm aware.
Yep.
103. And I will see you guys back next week for the next session of A Song of Tara. And to our listening audience, please have a
nice day.
Please have a nice day, and please do join us again for more next week. We are very happy for all our followers. We had a conversation about that, some of us, a few days ago, and we are a little bit stunned that there are actually people out there who enjoy this game as much as you seem to do. Thank you very much for that. And we will, of course, continue to try to entertain and do our best. So, see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.